Welcome back to part 9 of the tasting with the portfolio manager of Cune Winery. Let's get to it.
So now, I mean, we're wine professionals because we're going back to a Crianza now after all this.
We can do it.
But we can do it. I just, you know, this is all Rioja Alta, so I kind of like to, you know,
keep them together.
To show, to show the Rioja Alta and Cune. And this is Rioja Alavesa, so moving further east, and a little bit, you know, northern from Rioja Alta, we have Rioja Alavesa. You know, people say that Rioja Alavesa kind of like produces the most elegant, sophisticated wines from Rioja. Well, I don't know if it's true or not, but they're very different to what you find in Rioja Alta, even though they're extremely close to each other. So Rioja Alavesa, I mean, in Rioja as a region, you have two big mountain ranges that protect the Rioja kind of like valley, right? From the Pyrenees. You have La Sierra de Cantabria, La Sierra de la Demanda in the south, and then you have the Ebro River that goes through the middle of the region. Rioja Alavesa kind of like has a microclimate. It's the most protected sub-region of the three. Rioja Alta, it's a bit more kind of like exposed, if you wish, and Rioja Alavesa is a little bit more protected. So this winery, Vina Real, it's actually owned by Cune as well, but they started this project in 1920.
Okay.
So for the longest time, they had the vineyards there and they brought the wine and made it at Cune Winery. But in the early 2000s, which already crazy, but it's already been over 20 years now.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
They finished their winery in Rioja Alavesa. It's state-of-the-art winery, very modern, all gravity fed. If you ever have a chance to come to Rioja, super cool to visit Cune and then to visit Vina Real, because Cune is from 1879.
Yes.
So it's a very like old school, traditional, rustic winery. They have what they call the cemetery, where they have bottles of wine from the early 1900s.
Wow.
And then you go to Vina Real, boom, and it's this modern, beautiful winery that sits on top of a hill called El Cerro de la Mesa.
Yes.
So all the vineyards, so it's slightly higher in altitude, all the vineyards are on top of the hill and then on the slopes of the hill.
Wow. Wow.
Mostly Tempranillo as well, with a little bit of Garnacha, a little bit of Graciano, and then it's aged mostly on French oak.
Oh, okay.
2017 vintage, it's a Crianza, so again, just following the requirement that we've talked about from the affiliation. We also produce a Reserva and a Gran Reserva for this.
I love this. It's very easy drinking. I feel like it has a little more plummier, fruitier notes. I think it's even easier than the Cune to digest, if that makes sense.
Especially for the Crianza, absolutely.
Yeah.
I always tell people this is, you know, Cune is very popular. It's been here for many years. Cune has been in the United States for at least 25 years. So the name Cune, you know, a lot of people, they are like, oh yeah, I've seen it. Or they've seen the label and they're like, oh, I've seen this label, right? Like it looks familiar. They don't know from where, but it looks familiar. Vina Real is kind of like the hidden gem.
Yes.
Not a lot of people know about it, but when people try it, they're like, oh my God, this wine is fantastic. It's really elegant. It's very smooth. The tannins are really soft.
Yes.
It's very velvety as well on the palate.
The mouthfeel was very attractive.
And it's a very versatile wine.
Yes.
And people find it, you know, really appealing. People really like this wine.
Delicious.
And the acidity is much higher acidity than Cune as well.
Do you think that has the function of where the fruit was sourced from?
The altitude, and where the
That's really good, Ashley. I thought that was very easy drinking. I love what you said about it being very versatile, because I was kind of like, I feel like people who normally like to drink Pinot can totally get into that. But then I was like, but people who like to drink Syrah can get into that too, because it's got and then when you use the word, because I was trying to put it in my head, I was like, who can I recommend this wine to? And you're like, it's very versatile. I'm like, yeah, that's right, because it is touching a lot of really good point for many wine drinker and what they're looking for. So I thought that was really, really good. Thank you.
Thank you for watching part 9 of this series. Don't forget to subscribe to my mailing list at angiesound.com so you don't miss any future video or awesome wine deals. Thank you.